1966 was the technicolor dawn of the groovy 60s. There was a pop culture explosion unlike anything that had come before. A music boom that included debut albums from the Mamas and the Papas, Neil Diamond, Harry Nilsson, Love, The Association, Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention, Tim Buckley, Tim Hardin, Brazil 66, and 25-year-old Nancy Sinatra. In 1965, after 5 years of struggling in the music business, Nancy was about to be dropped from Reprise Records. Her last shot at the label was the unlikely teaming with producer and self-styled cowboy Lee Hazelwood. Their chemistry and Nancy's insistence to record These Boots Are Made for Walking.
You keep saying you got something for me.
A song by Lee that he thought only a man should sing, brought the pair success beyond both their wildest dreams. Less than 2 weeks after they made it to the top of the charts, Nancy and Lee were back in the studio working on the follow-up to Boots. With a newfound confidence and a fresh batch of songs, How Does That Grab You is a snapshot that captures the fun, creativity, and genius of an artist embracing her moment. How Does That Grab You was recorded at United Recorders in Hollywood, California, where Nancy, along with producer Lee Hazelwood, arranger Billy Strange, and engineer Eddie Brackett, created an inspiring collection of recordings from 1965 to 1968. The album recording sessions began on March 7, 1966, when Nancy needed a follow-up single to These Boots Are Made for Walking. Producer Lee Hazelwood's song, How Does That Grab You, Darlin', is nearly a Boots clone. Like Boots' famous Chuck Berghofer bass line, the intro to How Does That Grab You, Darlin' features an undeniably catchy riff, this time played by James Burton on a resonator guitar. The track also features other hooky elements such as Nancy's seductive kitten purrs, a Tijuana brass-like bombastic arrangement, and Nancy and Lee's trademark hillbilly groove they described as the dumb sound. All of their efforts to craft another hit paid off, with How Does That Grab You, Darlin' reaching number 7 on the charts, making it one of the most successful singles of her career. At the same session, Nancy recorded the theme song to the film The Last of the Secret Agents, which she also co-starred in. The opportunity arose for Lee Hazelwood to write the theme when the proposed Burt Bacharach song Papa Leo's Place wasn't working in the movie. The song was included as the B-side to How Does That Grab You, Darlin'. The following day, Nancy returned to the studio and recorded If Things Don't Start Picking Up, Sorry About That, My Baby Cried All Night Long, and Sand. The playful If Things Don't Start Picking Up was finished but left off the album. It would remain unreleased until it was included as a bonus track along with Last of the Secret Agents on the 2024 Light in the Attic Records reissue of How Does That Grab You. Lee Hazelwood hated to not get paid for a song, so he struck a deal with MGM Records in 1967 for country singer Molly B to record a version of the track. Sorry About That and My Baby Cried All Night Long fit perfectly in the sassy country pop blend that Nancy first perfected on her debut album Boots. It was the track Sand that really broke new ground in so many ways. It was the very first duet between Nancy and Lee Hazelwood, a special chemistry that would lead to the million-selling duet album Nancy and Lee Began Here. Nancy has said that Sand is the best duet, always was and always will be. The song also pioneers a cutting-edge recording technique, reverse or backwards guitar. When it came time to record the solo for Sand, Nancy and Lee said they were looking to create an homage to the Beatles and their song Norwegian Wood, which featured a sitar. When they couldn't locate a sitar for the session, they had the idea to use reverse tape effects to emulate the swirling, droning sound. The guitar solo, played by Glenn Campbell, worked to great effect. It is widely regarded that the Beatles were the first to use the sound of a backwards guitar on tracks from the Revolver album. But those sessions didn't begin until April of 1966, making Nancy Sinatra and Lee Hazelwood psychedelic pioneers. Nancy returned to United Recorders a month later to finish the album. On April 8, 1966, she recorded The Shadow of Your Smile, Time, Let It Be Me, and the emotive Ray Charles song Crying Time, which is Nancy's favorite track on the album.
The shadow of your smile when you are gone.
The The album sessions concluded on April 14th when Not the Lovin' Kind, Call Me, and Bang Bang were tracked. Bang Bang was the last song recorded for the album. It's also the closing track on the original LP. When the band had left, Nancy and guitarist Billy Strange recorded the cinematic, minimalist masterpiece. Bang Bang reached the zenith of its popularity almost 40 years after it was recorded when it was featured in Quentin Tarantino's 2003 film Kill Bill Volume 1. 1966 was the beginning of Nancy Mania. The staggering amount of music recorded and released in that prolific 12 months includes a pile of singles and 3 albums: Boots, How Does That Grab You, and Nancy in London. Sugar was also recorded but not released until 1967. The team consisting of Nancy, Lee, arranger Billy Strange, engineer Eddie Brackett, and the host of young, hip Los Angeles session musicians known collectively as the Wrecking Crew created a special sound together. The vast body of work they recorded over a 3-year span includes some of the most inspired, innovative, and magical pop of the 1960s.
Say, remember when we used to play bang bang? I shot you down, bang bang. You hit the ground, bang bang. That awful sound, bang bang. I used to shoot you down.